Welcome to this session. Before we begin, let's go over our group values. This is a safe space, which means you are safe in this space to share, learn, ask questions, and to be yourself. Respect. In this space, we treat others the way we'd like to be treated. Confidential. What you say in this space stays in this space. Excellence. This means we show our commitment to our own growth by showing excellence during this time in everything we do. Let's get started. Here's what you can expect from this session. We'll spend the first 4 minutes of this session checking in, then we jump into the teaching part of this session. Today we recap what we've learned about mindset, and we'll be hearing from one of our mentors, Jim. Jim is going to share with us about his special talent that he's created into a business and how mindset helps him in his business. Then we jump into group discussion time. Then for the last 5 minutes we'll spend checking out of this session. Let's get started. Let's recap what we've learned about mindset. Mindset is about your thoughts, your beliefs, and your attitude. It's about how you set your mind to think and your attitude to respond to your life, your challenges, and your future. Dr. Carol S. Dweck, an American psychologist who's been writing books and speaking about mindset for years and years, says in her popular book about mindset that the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. It can determine whether you become the person you want to be and whether you accomplish the things you value. So what she is saying is this, that the thoughts you practice leads to the actions you take, which influences the person you become and whether or not you achieve the things that are important to you. Here's what we've learned so far, that our thoughts are very important because our thoughts determine our actions and our actions determine who we become. Or what we think determines how we act determines who we become. Here's the thing about mindset in our mind. If our mind is thinking positive thoughts, it will lead to positive actions and therefore a positive outcome. If it's the opposite, we believe negative thoughts, then it will lead to negative actions and therefore a negative result. This is because our brains are very clever. Our brains tell the rest of our body how to act. So if we experience a challenge and we're thinking in our brain that everything is hard and that you can't do it, you know what? It will be hard. But if we do the opposite, if we experience a challenge and we tell our brain that we can do this, you know what? You will be able to do this because it's what you've told your brain to think. In the last few weeks, we have been learning about the different types of mindsets, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Dr. Carol Dweck talks about mindset and says that there are two different types of mindsets, a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Someone who has a fixed mindset believes that I'm either good at something or I'm not. If I make a mistake or fail at something, it probably means that it was something I wasn't even good at anyway, therefore I'm a failure. Everyone else is better than me at everything. People who are smart were born smart. If something is hard, I can give up. I was never good at it anyway. School is boring. I'm not even going to try. It's obvious I'm just not smart. Whereas someone who has a growth mindset believes that if I'm not good at something, it doesn't matter because with some effort, a good plan, and help from others, I can improve. Growth mindset believes that failure isn't a sign that I'm a failure. Failure is a sign that I'm trying. It doesn't matter what everyone else is good at. What matters is that I am trying. If I want to improve in something, I have the ability to improve if I just try. Growth mindset believes that if something is hard, it means that I'm not good at it yet. So if I keep trying, one day I will be. Growth mindset believes that someone else succeeding in something doesn't mean I'm a failure. It inspires me to keep trying. Now let's find out more about Jim, what he does in his spare time and how mindset helps him.
Hey guys, so for today's session, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of insight into the carving business that I run outside of Lālanga. So I run a business called JS Carvings, and basically what that means is when people need 21st keys or carvings for special occasions, I'm one of the people they hit up to do it. These are some of the keys that I've made for people and they're ready to be picked up. So the way that I got into carving and into making 21st keys is a friend of mine had a 21st coming up. So I made him a key for free and it was horrible. But you know, it was for free, so I didn't really care. From that, I kind of learned how to do it. And I got some help from my dad to figure out how to make the next one a lot better. When my other friend, her name was Jasmine, was turning 21, I told her I'd do her a 21st key for free so I could practice on that one as well. And it was pretty much the whole talk of the 21st birthday. Everyone was talking about it, people were taking photos of it, and that's how I started to build my small clientele of customers to make these for them. So yeah, that's how I launched my business, JS Carving, and I'm just going to talk about a few of the challenges that I've had as I've just continued to grow it. So one of the biggest challenges that I've faced in terms of my carving is procrastination. Working a full-time job and then coming home and having to carve out these orders that people send to me, it can be pretty overwhelming at times. I get really tired, I got family commitments, and I tend to just go on my phone or watch TV instead of using my time efficiently by creating these carvings. Everything I do, I carve by hand, so there's no machinery, there's no computers that are doing it for me. I try to keep my work really authentic, and that requires a lot of effort. So sometimes, rather than getting stuck into it, I'll just procrastinate. The other challenge that I have was launching my page on social media. I was really scared to put out my work on Facebook and Instagram because I was worried that people would laugh at me. I just wasn't confident in my work. Even though people were telling me it was really good work, I was scared that if I put it on social media, people would look at me and think, this guy's a try-hard, his work's not even that good. And I also thought if I did get a lot of orders through Facebook and Instagram, that I might not be able to do it to a high standard. I thought I'd fail, that when people would send orders through, I wouldn't be able to meet it. So yeah, those were the two biggest challenges. personally for me, I always need to remind myself, why I'm doing this. I can do this. I've done it before. I'm not stupid. I have the skills to do it, so I can't waste this opportunity. And I think that you guys need to do that too. You guys need to understand the opportunity that you have at school, what it can set up for your future, and use a growth mindset to always remind yourself you can do it.
What a talented guy. Thanks, Jim, for sharing more about you and how you use mindset to help you to grow. Right now, we're going to jump into our group discussion questions. In your groups, we'd like you to discuss the following questions. We'll spend 5 minutes here discussing these questions. Let's go. Now it's time for us to fill in our checkout questions. You have 4 minutes to complete this activity. This brings us to the end of our session. Thank you for joining us for this session. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask one of our mentors or just email us at info@lalanga.co.nz.